She does not chase headlines. She does not flaunt luxury. But Bayley has the net speaking louder than ever. While the WWE Universe is aware of her as a fierce competitor in the ring, snatching titles and silencing doubters, it is her quiet, off-the-grid way of life that's leaving fanatics stunned. No wild paparazzi shots, no showy Instagram tours, simply whispers of million-dollar homes, surprising hobbies, and a non-public existence wrapped in mystery. So, what precisely is Bayley hiding at the back of that signature smirk? The deeper you dig, the extra captivating her actual international turns into. And whilst you dig into Bayley's real-world way of life, it turns into clean, she's in your ordinary WWE superstar flashing cash or chasing headlines. In 24, the former women's champion quietly bought her domestic in Austin, Texas for nearly $658,000. No public announcement, no media fanfare, only a discreet actual estate transaction, proper to shape for one of wrestling's maximum non-public stars. But this wasn't simply any house. Spanning about 2,877 rectangular feet, the assets featured 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, nestled in a non-violent community framed through green belts and whispering wildlife. It changed into the form of domestic that does not scream luxury, however breathes comfort. From the second you stepped in, you have been met with Uring ceilings and stylish crown moldings, design touches that gave the area quiet sophistication. Faux wooden tile floors coated the entire domestic, providing sturdiness with a warm aesthetic that in no way attempted too hard. The kitchen, frequently the coronary heart of any domestic, changed into a showstopper in its personal right. Outfitted with stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, a large pantry, and a critical bar that connected the open ground plan to the comfortable living room. It changed into simply made for each performance and togetherness. A nook hearth brought the final touch, a gentle, sparkling centerpiece for quiet nights in or comfortable gatherings with pals and family. And thank you to its mother and regulation layout, the house changed into designed with privateness and visitor comfort mind, something that reflects Bayley's subtle, inclusive nature. The master bedroom changed into similarly impressive with walk-in closets and mild drenched home windows that made its sense open but serene. The blanketed porch changed into another favored nook, an area in which Bayley ought to effortlessly sip espresso earlier than training or unwind after a protracted avenue trip. And with direct get-right of entry to a strolling path that caused a close-by school, the region presented non-violent convenience not often discovered in busy metropolis existence. But even after leaving Austin, Bayley did not simply relax in a single spot. Like many wrestlers, she keeps a flexible way of life, spending a top-notch deal of time in Orlando, Florida, which she frequently refers to as her second domestic. It makes sense. Orlando is the house of WWE's Performance Center, and has lengthy been a hub for training, development, and rehab. For Bayley, who has continually taken her craft seriously, it changed into extra than only a geography. It changed into the area in which she sharpened her abilities and constructed the basis for her championship career. Today, at the same time as the specifics of her new house stay unknown, it is clean that Bayley maintains to stay existence on her personal terms. No sprawling Hollywood mansion, no paparazzi bait, only a clean, quiet, intentional way of life that mirrors the field she brings to the ring. And in an international obsessed with excess, that is probably the maximum rebellious flow of all. And simply like her quiet method to actual estate, Bayley's desire in motors speaks volumes. Not via extravagance, however, via purpose. Let's begin with the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, arguably the crown jewel in her garage. Known for its rugged layout and off-avenue prowess, the Rubicon isn't only a vehicle, it is a statement. Under the hood, it packs a 3.6-liter V6 engine able to handing over as much as 200 horsepower and 200 package deal elab of torque. Whether she's navigating rough terrain or cruising via suburban streets, the Rubicon presents each self-assurance and capability. With a beginning fee north of $45,000, it also symbolizes fulfillment without excessive flash. The indoors gives leather-trimmed seats, a sophisticated UK Connect infotainment system, and suffice, economy, and sturdy construct quality. Its marketplace fee hovers between $35,000 and $42,000, relying on trim and features, placing it proper in step with the tastes of a person who values reliability simply as lots as appearance. Then comes the Toyota RAV4, the understated MVP of her lineup. This compact SUV is cherished for a reason. It blends comfort, gasoline efficiency, and tech-forward layout in a single neat package. Equipped with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, it gives you as much as 23 horsepower while retaining an outstanding 2,730 miles per gallon gasoline economy. The cabin is surprisingly upscale with a touchscreen interface, enough shipment space, and superior safety features. Priced around $30,000, it is the type of vehicle that prioritizes capability without sacrificing style. A topic that appears to echo throughout Bayley's off-camera lifestyles. Altogether, her series is a mirrored image of who she is at the back of the individual. And simply like her garage, curated, understated, but deeply personal, Bayley's financial portfolio displays the identical vibe. Nothing flashy, however solid, well-earned, and quietly impressive. As of now, Pamela Rose Martinez, higher regarded to the WWE universe as Bayley, has constructed an internet really well worth envisioned at around almost $4 million. And in contrast to the over-the-pinnacle riches a few sports activities entertainers flaunt, Bayley's wealth is grounded in consistency, loyalty to the emblem, and a regular move of various income sources. The center of her profits stems from her WWE contract. With an annual base salary of roughly $350,000, Bayley ranks up the various better-paid woman superstars at the roster. That figure would not account for bonuses tied to her participation in major pay-per-view activities like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the Royal Rumble. Whereas a featured performer or title contender, she instructions a premium. While WWE continues precise PPV payouts beneath wraps, enterprise insiders observe that essential event ladies like Bayley regularly rake in 6F figurer bonus exams after major indicates. Then comes the merch, and regularly underestimated goldmine with inside the wrestling commercial enterprise. Bayley-branded t-shirts, armbands, motion figures, and collectibles have lengthy been great sellers on WWE Shop. Each at some point of her run because the hug-loving underdog, and later because the edgy chief of damaged Corel. Each purchase provides a small, however regular move of royalties to her backside line. WWE would not divulge precise percentages. However, it is widely recognized that pinnacle tier stars like Bayley earn a reduce that provides up overtime, especially with a fan base as unswerving as hers. Outside the squared circle, a Bayley's social media presence is a commercial enterprise of its own. With almost 4 million fans on Instagram and over 1 million on Twitter, she's an emblem magnet. Though particular offers remain undisclosed, her capacity to subtly sell without compromising her individual attraction makes her an ideal associate for way of life and fitness-associated endorsements. Each subsidized post, emblem collab, or marketing campaign slot provides to her sales with inside the virtual technology of movie star marketing. But at the back of Bayley's quiet demeanor and non-violent domestic lifestyles lies a profession constructed on relentless ambition and undeniable talent. Born Pamela Rose Martinez on June 15, 1989 in San Jose, California, Bayley grew up in a Mexican-American-owned circle of relatives in which tough paintings and ardor have been the norm. From a younger age, she observed herself captivated with the aid of using the electrifying power of WWE. Her formative years' idols, Randy Savage, the Hardy Boys, Lita, Eddie Guerrero, lit a hearthplace in her that might in no way burn out. While her classmates have been chasing teenage trends, Pamela became already making plans a destiny with inside the ring. She wasn't only a dreamer, she became an athlete. At Independence High School, she competed in basketball, volleyball, and track. But it became at age 11, attending Stay indicates with the aid of using big-time wrestling in Northern California, that her destiny started out to crystallize. She wasn't there simply to watch. She became there to study. By 2008, on the age of 18, Pamela started out schooling on the big-time wrestling school beneath Jason Styles, beneath the call Dina Rose. She made her in-ring debut that identical year. For 4 years, she grinded at the Quick stood out together along with her unshakable optimism, colorful tools, and signature inflatable tube men. Her persona, cheerful, lovable, approachable, earned her the nickname The Hugger, and soon she wasn't only a character, she became a movement. Her defining second in NXT got here on August 22, 2015, while she defeated Sasha Banks at TakeOver Brooklyn in what many name one of the greatest women's fits in wrestling records. That night, Bayley did not simply win the NXT Women's Championship, she helped cement the women's evolution. Her reign lasted 223 days, in the course of which she defended the name towards the likes of Asuka and Nia Jax. After dropping the belt to Asuka in 2016, Bayley became referred to as much as the primary roster, debuting on Raw. She quick made her mark. In February 2017, she gained the Raw Women's Championship via way of means of defeating Charlotte Flair. It became evidence that Bayley Lee wasn't simply NXT's sweetheart, she became geared up for the huge leagues. Her profession persevered to climb. In May 2019, Bayley gained the money with Inside the Bank briefcase and cashed in that very night to defeat Charlotte Flair, turning into SmackDown Women's Champion. Just a few months later, she became heel for the first time, slicing her ponytail and destroying her very own inflatable tube men, symbolizing the demise of the hugger and the beginning of a brand new ruthless Bayley. This transformation paid off. She held the SmackDown Women's Championship for exceptional 380 days, protecting it towards pinnacle tier expertise and turning into the longest reigning champion with Inside the Name's records on the time. Her accolades persevered to pile up. Bayley have become the first women's Grand Slam champion, having held the NXT Raw and SmackDown Women's titles, plus the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, which she gained twice with Sasha Banks. She became additionally the first women's Triple Crown champion, a feat that etched her call completely with inside the WWE records books. And Bayley did not forestall there. In 22, she reinvented herself once more via way of means of main the heel faction Harm Key 2 along Dakota Kai and Low Sky. This model of Bayley, calculating, brutal, however nevertheless with that underlying charisma, proved simply as magnetic. In April 2024, she reached every other major milestone via way of means of defeating Io Sky at WrestleMania 40 to assert her third world name. It wasn't simply every other victory. It became a career-defining exclamation mark, proving she ought to dominate in any era. Today, she stays one of the key gamers on Raw, steerage harm trail into new rivalries at the same time as mentoring the subsequent technology of expertise at the back of the scenes. She is probably non-public off-camera, however, with Inside the Ring, Bayley's tale is loud, bold, and a ways from over. Before her repute reached its modern peak, Bayley became in a long-time period relationship with fellow expert wrestler Aaron Solo. They were given engaged after almost a decade together, however the engagement led to early 2021. Since then, she's in large part saved her private lifestyles beneath wraps different than proudly maintaining herself a lifelong fan of the San Francisco 49ers, a nod to her Bay Area roots. But if Bayley has mastered something out of doors of wrestling, it is a way to use her platform for something larger than herself. Her charitable footprint, 11 though often understated, well known, shows the coronary heart at the back of the superstar. Through WWE's long-standing partnership with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Bayley has helped convey joy youngsters dealing with lifestyles, threatening illnesses. She's additionally supported Connor's Cure, an initiative near the WWE universe that finances pediatric studies in honor of younger fan Connor McCall. In an extra private display of assist, Bayley made headlines in 2023 while she auctioned off her ring tools to advantage the Hawaiian Animal Rescue Foundation following the devastating wildfires in Maui. The gesture wasn't simply symbolic. Every cent went toward supporting displaced and injured animals recover. That toy generosity extended into early 2025 while she raised money for Pasadena Humane, donating coins and contributing to an Amazon Desire listing for rescued pets. In December 24th, she became her Cognizance to Foster Youth website hosting a digital toy power and a charity stay circulation in January Twitter. Bayley raised finances and consciousness for youngsters with inside the foster care system,